So if it's your first time here, welcome. If not, welcome back. I'm Ashley Anya, an intuitive alchemist and energy reader. And I'm just here to help y'all heal. All right. And we're healing with humor because laughter is always the best medicine.
All right.
Talk to these people, B.
I am B. I am a goon. I am an instrument for spirit to use as spirit pleases. So you may see me operate in a multitude of gifts, but as Ashley stated, we are here to help you heal. Now we're gonna hold those hands sometimes. We're gonna hand you a tissue, as my grandmother used to say. I'm gonna hand you a piece of tissue to wipe your tears. We're gonna pop them hands, make you dance, make you laugh, but ultimately we are pushing you in the right direction.
Yes, pushing you indeed. We are pushing you to your highest self. And growth is uncomfortable, but you can't grow if you're not comfortable. If you're comfortable, you can't grow. So you have to be uncomfortable to grow. All right. So welcome everyone. Drop where you guys are from in the comments. I didn't even get a chance to say that because Bessie was on top of it tonight. As soon as I clicked in, Bessie peeped in. I was like, look at this.
Yeah,
I didn't even have time to talk my ass today. But it's all good in the hood. So draw where you guys are from in the comments. And while you guys are doing that, we're going to go ahead and get started.
Come on.
Shutdown.
Yes.
Is it cold there? Is it cold in Chicago? Because it is just now warming up here in New York. And I'm just like, bring me the cold back. You know, I'm a cold. I was born in the cold. So I actually prefer the cold over the sun. I know people like vacationing, sunbathing, getting that full-time energy in, but I'm a cold bitch. I love the winter. I'm a November baby. I love the winter.
Cold too.
I love the cold. I love to get cuddly. I love extra blankets. I love hot cocoa. I just love the fall. Y'all know October is like my favorite holiday, or my favorite month rather, and I love Halloween. That's my favorite holiday. So I just love the cold. But at any rate, so have you guys ever met anyone? I'm talking to the collective and Bestie as well. Have you guys ever met someone and you meet them and you feel like this is not our first rodeo? This is not my first time meeting you. Like something feels so familiar. Your eyes look familiar. Like your energy feels like home. It feels like we have walked this path before. Have you guys ever felt that? Because if you have, that means that it's not your first time meeting that energy, that person, that individual. You guys have come together back on this planet to finish unfinished business from previous lifetimes, all right? And it could be that you guys are destined to reunite to finish that unfinished business in this lifetime. Lifetimes that you did not or were not able to finish your unfinished business, all right? Certain souls often create agreements before you guys come to Earth. You know, you guys are always hear us talk about soul contracts and things of the like. So there is somewhere written in your soul contract that you were supposed to meet this person, work out any differences, rectify them, and then move on. For whatever reason, you guys did not work out those differences, and so you are now returning back to Earth to figure that ish out, all right? Now, keep in mind that some souls are here strictly and only strictly to teach us, not to continue to walk the path with us. Some souls are here to heal us. Some souls are here to support us. But not everybody is meant to walk with you forever. And that can be tough, especially if you have that soul connection with someone, especially if you feel like that person is meant to be in your life forever. Not everybody is meant to walk beside you for every stage of your life. Some people are just meant to teach you something, to help you evolve into the person that you are now, or they're here to help you heal from something that you did not heal in a previous lifetime. So never try to hold on to something that you are destined to let go of based on your soul contract. And a lot of you guys have forgotten your soul contracts, which is why I urge you guys to meditate, to put them dogs in the dirt. Now that it's getting hot, put them dogs in the dirt, meditate, figure out why you guys are here, why you guys are in the company of these people, why they are supposed to be in your life, and then put a timestamp on it. because a lot of these people are not meant to be in your lives forever, okay?
Exactly.
And I'm
Seasonal.
talking about karmic lessons. Bestie, I know you can attest to this, and I'm going to give you the floor to talk about this.
Okay.
Karmic lessons. A lot of these karmic lessons or these karmic people that are in y'all's lives, you feel a soul connection to. Why? Because these are karmic contracts that you guys have not worked out, that you're needing to work out in this lifetime. And that's the reason why you have this pull, this magnetism towards this person, this attraction, because you have a karmic contract that needs to be worked out in this lifetime. It doesn't necessarily mean that you guys are meant to be happily ever after. It means that this person is familiar because you guys signed a contract. That contract needs to be fulfilled, rectified, signed, sealed, delivered, and you both need to go your separate ways. Just because there is an intense attraction does not mean you need to be with that person forever, happily ever after, especially. Just because you feel that intense attraction. And I do believe I put up a reel today that kind of hinted to that, when you have an attraction to someone that's good, but connections go far beyond attraction. Okay, attraction is just what gets your attention to someone. Oh, I'm attracted to them. Okay, so let me see if our values align. Let me see if we have the same goals. Let me see if what they're into aligns with what I'm into. It goes beyond the surface, guys. Attraction is just what gets you on the surface. Here we are. We met because we're attracted to each other. Now let's go beyond the surface. So just keep that in mind that a lot of the times when you have this attraction to people, it could very well be a karmic connection that you guys need to work out and lessons need to be learned in this lifetime. All right. Have you ever met someone, Bestie, that you felt an instant attraction to, but you knew based off of the experiences that this was indefinitely a karmic connection? And why? And how did you know it was a karmic connection?
So it's different for me. it's different for me. So the way I'm set up, my karmic connections, I'm not initially attracted to.
Okay.
So what I'm learning, or what I have learned, let me put it this way, is that when I have an extreme attraction to somebody, I'm supposed to work with them in some kind of way.
Okay.
So it's tricky.
Non-romantic.
Non-romantic.
Okay.
It's almost like spirit is like, I gotta use this because otherwise you're not gonna look at this person. And it's like when I have an extreme attraction, what I have come to learn is that, okay, I need to reel it back because you're not my person. You're not my person. My person is going to be to somebody, it's literally going to be a surprise. If I start having strong emotional anything to somebody, I'm like, I back up. I'm like, nope. You're a lesson, a test, or I'm just meant to work with you, right? Now there has been several people that started out, like I said, if I'm not attracted to you, right? But then we keep hanging around each other, and it's like, okay, there's only been one person, and I realized that that was a karmic relationship, or would have been a karmic relationship. But then we're talking about past lives, and in the past life, our roles were switched. So I was the submissive person in the relationship, and he was dominant. But in this present day 21st century, as you want to call it, I was the more dominant and he was the more submissive. And it was almost like, okay, we've been down this road before. And the last time I followed you, the ship wrecked. We ain't doing that no more. We're not doing that no more. I'm not following you. If you don't want to follow me and get on board, I'm good. And I cut it instantly. But at the same time, I have also found some, I guess you would say, non romantic karmics that I'm supposed to work with. And I was just like, this is interesting. So much so that I have a friend that I just reached out to. And I said, hey, I need to connect with you soon because I feel like I've had a strong pull, strong connection. It's always been platonic, but it's always been a strong connection too. I said, no, we're supposed to work together. And we got to figure out what it is because this pull has been stronger lately. And the other thing is we found out that our family has been in each other's lives for years and we never knew it. Yeah. So my mother's family's church, and this is my grandfather and my grandmother's side. They all went to this church. They were founding members of this church. This church is over 100 years old. That's how deep it goes. Found out that his grandfather used to pastor at this church. And I said, this is very interesting. He's in the, I'll say, in the mystic world as well. And I said, I don't find that as a coincidence. Like our families' paths cross for a reason. And now our families' paths are crossing again for a reason. That means that our family is supposed to work together.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I have a question. So how do you get past the initial instant attraction? But pause, because I know that you are a mystic. I know that you are highly intuitive, highly sensitive to energy. So I know that when you initially connect with someone, even though you don't know them, you can see beyond the veil. But how do you differentiate between, okay, even though it's an attraction, I know you're a lesson because the attraction is so heightened. How do you not want to explore why that attraction is there? How do you get past that? Because you can't deny it.
Right. So that's where you have to tap into your intuition, right? So let's say this. Say if you are a person you know that you love, and I think I always say this, use this example, but I mean it holds true, it holds weight, right? But say you somebody and you like that bad boy or that bad girl. It's something about the way that they be presenting themselves that you're just like, oh yo, I like that. Oh, it's like moth to a flame to you. But you realize that every relationship has failed. If you start to see those patterns, if that's the reason why you're attracted to somebody, that is the number one clear indication that this is somebody that you may you better run, girl. You better run, bro. Like for real. Like for real. Like don't play around with the fire. Don't get caught up in the flame, right? Because it will burn. And then the other indication is that once you start to notice you have to be self-aware first of all, because when you start to notice that your patterns is changing based off of somebody else, back it up. Because why do they have that much power over you? Why are they making you do things that you normally wouldn't do? And I'm not talking about experiencing new things, right? Because we should experiencing new things. I mean, you starting to develop habits that you never had before. If you never smoked a joint a day in your life, girl, why are you smoking a joint now?
Right.
Bro, if you never, used to ride out all night knowing that you got to be at work at 6 a.m. and it's 12:30, 1 o'clock, why are you riding out all night? No, that is an energy that's trying to throw you off, that is trying to throw you into a whirlwind of lessons. Like you get to that point where you like, I don't even know how I ended up here. And I went through that with someone, got so caught up in them and who the person was that I actually, that was probably the second time I drastically lost a lot of weight, noticeably. And a lot of people were like, yo, you good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm happy. When I look back on them pictures, I was like, yo, I lost some mad weight. Like, I mean, if I can get that back without being in that mode, I'm good, But this, at the same time, you can tell there was like some kind of cloud over me, right? When the cloud lifted, when I liberated myself, when I realized that I was not me, that I was like, oh yeah, I don't have to deal with this. I broke it, and I broke out of that cycle.
And it sounds like you allowed your intuition to supersede your ego. Like you knew what you knew and you didn't try to sugarcoat it. You didn't try to dress it up. You didn't try to make it turn potential into progress. You knew exactly what was standing in front of you and you treated it as such. And that's power. That's power to not look at something through rose-colored glasses and say, you know what, it's not quite where I want it to be, but I can get it there. No, you knew what it was and you dealt with it accordingly. I love that. And you know what's also so true? Your body will always tell you
always
how you feel and what you're experiencing. So you losing all that weight was your body letting you know that you're not yourself. You're not in a safe environment. So run fast. Head for the motherfucking hills.
Head for
That's
the
what
hills.
Your body was telling you.
Okay.
That's what your body was telling you. Run for the hills. And I'll never forget when I was in a relationship, the lady that used to babysit my children, I think I dropped off my child to her one day and she looked at me and she was like, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah, why? Like, I'm, giving you my child as I always do. Like, what's up? And she was like, you don't look like yourself. Like, you lost so much weight. Are you okay? And now, like, hindsight's 2020, thinking back, she noticed, like, how much weight I was losing because I was so stressed. Like, she knew that weight loss attributed to me being stressed about something.
Exactly.
And now that I know that she's a Scorpio, I'm like, oh, she knew what the hell was up. Them Scorpios be knowing. They be knowing what's up. So thank you for that story, because I wanted to know, because a lot of people do try to dress up potential and make potential look like progress, but potential is, in fact, exactly what it is. It's potential. It could be something better. It could be something worse. It's potential. So it's not, so potential is it is or it ain't. It's what it is. So sometimes we have to take potential for what it is. It might get better or it might get worse. It's just potential. So it's always good to go with your intuition as you did, and it served you best. So keep that in mind, my beautiful people. And always remember that souls with similar vibrations will always seek each other. Your soul tribe is always seeking you. Your soul family is always seeking you. People think that family is blood. Family is what you make it. And sometimes the closest people to you do not share your DNA. They won't share your DNA because you have shedded all these layers. You've shedded all these identities, shedded all of these teachings, and now you are finally coming home to yourself. And whoever is around you, once you have done that, that's your family. That's your soul tribe. So that's who you make family, and that's who you choose to call your family. People that have seen the real you and know who the real you is, not someone who you've grown up with. Because who you were when you were young is not going to be who you are now. Every living, breathing thing on Mother Gaia has to evolve. So you're not the same person you were 10 years ago. You shouldn't be the same person you were yesterday. You need to constantly be in a state of evolution, evolving, changing who you are, not for someone else, for yourself. And I have to say this because of Mercury retrograde. Pay attention to your dreams, guys. I have been dreaming every single night for the past 4 nights. Every single night. Pay attention to your dreams. Dreams are messengers. Your dreams are going to be your greatest teachers, and you're going to learn your biggest lessons through dreams. So please pay attention to dreams. And I'm not going to get too deep into the difference between soulmates, twin flames, and divine souls. We've spoken about that in previous episodes. But just to differentiate between the three, if you are in the company of a soulmate, you are going to feel a deep connection. It can be romantic or platonic. It doesn't have to be someone you are romantically involved with. A soulmate can be someone who you just have a soul connection with. I feel like Bessie is my soulmate. We instantly had a connection when we met. We instantly understood each other before we spoke anything, before we even articulated who we were. We instantly had a connection with each other. So you'll know when you've met a soulmate. That person just feels like home. And a divine mirror soul, those are people that reflect parts of us back to ourselves that we need to heal. So if you have someone who's around that is reflecting abandonment, that is something that you need to heal. If someone around you is reflecting childhood trauma, mommy issues, daddy issues, that is something that you might need to look deeper into to heal. And certainly last but not least, twin flame, that is your mirror soul. They often trigger growth and transformation. That is going to be one of the toughest relationships or toughest connections, I'll say, that you guys are going to experience. And not everybody has a twin flame. I have to always state that. And if you are looking for your twin flame, chances are you don't have one. Because your twin flame is going to come to you if you are, or if you signed up for that spiritual assignment. And not everybody signed up for that assignment, because not everybody can handle that assignment. That assignment is not for the weak. So your twin flame is going to be someone that's going to be your mirror soul. And they're going to trigger growth and transformation, practically stripping everything away from you that you've ever known to be comfort, and helping you grow to your highest self for your greatest good. Okay? So that is all I had. If anybody has any questions, please drop it in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and hand the floor over to Bessie. If you want to expand on anything, or if you want to go ahead and get into the collective reading, it's totally up to you, boo. I know you got something to say. I see them eyebrows popping up. I know you got something to say.
Baby.
I see them eyebrows popping up.
Baby. I was not, I had noticed something. So when we started doing our intro, because I hadn't consulted with Spirit which cards to get, I kept seeing my Egyptian deck. So I grabbed it. It's actually the Anubis Oracle, but I call it my Egyptian deck for short.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, what do you want to tell the people? And I'm trying to see, because they give specific instructions. So for the cards that came out, I'm trying to see if they already have I might just need to do the reading. Because Spirit is like, why are you trying to act like you don't know? like you don't do this. Okay. So the first card that came out is Ta. I think this is how you pronounce it. It's PTAH. Ta. I think this is how you use, or it's either Ta or Fa, right? And it says the new Aeon, imagination, visionary, prophet. So it says the great creator God Ta has the power to imagine a new world and open the mountain of creation to issue it forth. A lover of this world, this existence, and all things manifest. He is also a prophet and a seer of the future aeons. He holds potential of a golden age in his mind's eye. We humans are entrusted with his imagination and have the potential to embody and act and create them. When we can tap into his vision, he helps us harness his ability to speak things into being. His dominion reaches down through the earth and into the underworld or inner world, and all the way up into the cosmos and the Akashic realms, including all spaces in between. Ptah was revered by the ancient craftsmen, artists, and builders of the monuments of Egypt, for he assisted them in manifesting their co created dreams, providing both ideas and tools. If you have drawn this card, you are connecting with Ptah and being asked to open your mouth to speak your truth as you have seen it from your highest visions, and to help co create a new era with your right speech and right actions. This applies to you personally and to whatever situation or question you bring to the oracle. It also applies to the greater collective vision of the future of our world. You are being asked to see clearly with your heart and into your heart, with your heart and into your heart, and to bring forth all creation through the channel of your heart/mind. Close your eyes. Focus on the image of Ptah and use your heart to see and listen. Then imagine in your mind's eye what it is that you will create. Remember, your thoughts and words influence reality, as do your actions. You too can manifest your dreams. This is important because although we're talking about, and we're really not talking about karmic relationships, right? I mean, we are and we aren't, right? But we're talking about why do certain people keep circulating, right? This is where spirit is like, okay, now is the time I want you to start tapping into your purpose and destiny. Now it's the time you will start to see why certain people are connected to you, why certain people aren't, why certain people can come in, and why certain people you are at odds with and you don't know why, right? It is that veil, because think about it. And we talked about this, maybe I want to say towards the end of last year when we were talking about relationships. I mentioned, when you understand that spirit is setting you up with somebody that's supposed to work with you, and I'm paraphrasing, your love life is going to look different. Your person is meant to work with you. It may not necessarily be a romantic relationship. It may be a working relationship, and you just so happen to fall in love. I'm not saying that it's going to be so business that you're not going to have fun, that you're not going to have love. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. It's just that when you have a higher purpose, your person has to match you. Either there's been so many times where I've heard, where is it? The high priestess needs the knight, the warrior, the person that's going to protect her, a protector, right? And so when you need that protection, you don't need somebody who's wishy-washy. And if you're not aligned, you pick again the first thing smoking, you're like, child, he fine. Oh man, bro, she fine. Like, I gotta go after that. And that could be the very thing, that could be the distraction that was sent your way, right? But when it's the person that you're not really attracted to, and you just like, okay, this person's all business, let's get in here and do it. Then y'all start working together. Then all of a sudden you realize that you're on the same level field, right? You got the same vision, you got the same goals, and you're like, damn it, this is my person,
Mhm.
right? Because, and that is when we talk about being equally yoked, this is what we're talking about. Because you don't want somebody that's going to mess up your destiny and your purpose. And when, especially when you learn what your destiny is and what your purpose is, baby, you start to see uh dating relationships totally different, because you look at them like, is this person really equipped to handle everything that we got to do?
Mhm.
No, no. So like, I used to say, oh, I don't care, I don't, like, my person doesn't have to make money for me to love them. But then I noticed when I awaken, it's like, can you truly, when you know that you're supposed to build an empire, can you be the only one bringing home the bread? The answer is no. Because if it's supposed to be a partnership, how can you help me build a kingdom when you have nothing?
Mhm.
Or when how you bring in stuff is by thievery, manipulation. Baby, that's a karmic uh debt that I don't want to have. You can swipe
Mhm.
that on your karmic credit card, but not on mine. You're not tying
Mhm.
that to my credit card. No, ma'am.
Mhm.
No, ma'am. My earthly credit score may be below 800, but that spiritual one, baby, is nothing below 10,000. I can tell you that.
Okay.
And you're not about to bring it down. You're not about to bring me down with your foolery. So that's how we have to look at that. And then I think what really got me next is the next card that came out, because I want to, because I kept passing it and it kept coming out like, you're gonna keep you're not gonna keep skipping over me. Pull me out the deck. I Because mind you, I don't have my eyes open, or if I have my eyes open, I'm looking elsewhere. I'm not looking down at my hand. The cards were like this. I couldn't see it, but it kept jumping out. I said, okay, and look what it said: sacred relationship.
Ooh.
So when you
Mm.
start talking about the person that you're meant to be with, why certain people come in, it's because these are sacred relationships that must happen. In this oracle deck, they teach you, because in this picture, each person represented on this deck has their own meaning. But then, based off of the historical context of their relationships, when you see them all together, you understand that this is a sacred unit. They are all in one card for a sacred purpose. So now we're going to read about what that sacred purpose is. And,
Okay.
and on this card is, I think it's pronounced Num, Sobek, Oris, Sekhmet, and the Sphinx. And it says the master craftsman Kunum fashions the new human on his potter's wheel. Oris and Sobek hold the tension of opposites and come into reconciliation and acceptance of each other's gifts. Segment offers her fiery, fierce compassion to transform the polarized heart so that forgiveness and sacred purpose can emerge. The Sphinx, as the earth altar, conveys cosmic wisdom into the awakening heart. In your interaction with this composite, consider what you are constructing in your life, in your relationships, and other situations. Look at the possible reconciliations that transform polarities and conflict, and how you can reflect the action of these allies as you find deeper understanding, compassion, and or forgiveness within yourself. So I'm about to break it down how spirit was given to me. So as it says, the master craftsman Kunum fashions the new human on his potter's wheel. We are talking about a true transformation. Some of you all have gone through spiritual awakening. So you're just now awakening to your spiritual gifts. Some of you are having some sort of aha moment, right? Because say that you've been in it and you're just like, what is that one thing that I'm missing? I don't know what I'm missing. And all of a sudden it's like, bam, that's what it is, right? So if you've had that within the last, I would even say few weeks, few days, because let's be serious, these new moons that's been popping out this year and these planetary alignments, it's like, baby, you can't be asleep no more. You got to wake up. It's time for movement. It's time for action. It's time for you to do these things that you have been saying that you were going to do the past 13 years of your life. Baby, no. It's time is now. Time is ticking because we got some work to do, right? Then it said that Oris and Sobek hold the tension of opposites and come into reconciliation and acceptance of each other's gifts. Some of you have been in karmic relationships, like true karmic relationships, and the whole thing is one of the two was jealous of the other because of what they were bringing, how they presented to the world, and there was this insecurity. That's what I just heard. There was an insecurity there on the other person's behalf, and because of that insecurity, you broke up out of fear. But when you realize each other's strengths and power, you begin to mend your heart and you begin to mend the relationship. And so don't be surprised if some of you actually start to get back with exes and keep the people out of your business, because they're going to be like, you remember what happened last time, and da 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 the last time, and you know this happened the last time. And that was the last time because you or the other person was operating in a different space than you are now. Right? You can't talk about the last time you went on a trip, because the last time you went on a trip to the same destination, you got sick the week before and you were popping medication. Well, this time you're not sick. So guess what? That means you're going to have a new experience. That's what it's saying. Give yourself the chance, the opportunity rather. I'm not chance, but the opportunity to mend the broken heart and those wounds. Then it says Segment offers her fiery, fierce compassion to transform the polarized heart so that the forgiveness and sacred purpose can emerge. Because guess what? What did I talk about with this card? When you can understand your purpose and your destiny, when you can understand that this person rather is a part of your purpose and destiny, your heart has to be right to receive what they're going to give, and vice versa. That means your heart has to beat as one heart. It can't, it's like a marriage, right? It can't be boom, 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 boom. No, it's gotta boom, boom, boom together. And when you recognize that you're really meant to be with somebody, that's how your heart beats. It beats as one beat, because that is the total alignment that spirit would have you to be. That is why spirit values relationship. It's not the purpose of, oh, I want these two people to be together. No, watch what my children do when they come together. Even even the scripture says, when two and three are gathered in my name, there will I be in the midst. So why would you not think that when you are with the person that you're meant to be, that you both uh excuse me, why would you not think that you could not move mountains when you get together? Why do you think people kept separating or tried to separate you two? It may not necessarily be the people in your lives, but it may be the spiritual realm operating around those people that are trying to keep you two together. I'm thinking about that TV show. Oh gosh, it came on Hulu years ago. Um, Hold on, I gotta look it up. Cloak and Dagger. Thank you, Spirit. Cloak and Dagger. If you've never seen it, watch it. Watch Cloak and Dagger.
What's
But
that about?
it was about this young man and this young woman. He's black, she's white, and they both are born at the same time. They both are born with supernatural abilities. And the story goes that in the cosmic realm, they were a couple, but there's a couple that was cursed, a couple that couldn't be together because if they were to come together, they would be destructive. But when you are together with your person, of course, you're going to be destructive. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you destroy the things that are not supposed to be there. You destroy the illusions of this realm, right? Let's be clear. There's a lot of illusions that a lot of people live in. But when you and your person get together and you start working together, you start to create tower moments for other people because it was things that they never realized and recognized was an illusion because they were so caught up, as we like to say, in the matrix. Right? So when you start to be an eye opener, the spiritual realm who's not of light will try to keep it in the dark by any means necessary. And so then we get to the Sphinx. As the earth altar conveys cosmic wisdom into the awakening heart. Once you have this relationship, once you get the full understanding of how you are supposed to work and operate in this earth, now is your activation period, as I like to call it, as the Wonder Twins. Because now it's like, oh, we're together to do X, Y, and Z. My purpose is this, and your purpose is that. And they are in total alignment with where we're both trying to go. Okay. So when we work together, this door is going to open for us because this is going to happen at this appointed time. And at that appointed time, when we have the naysayers, when we expect certain things, we're going to see it being magnified. I was about to say magnitude, but I was like, that's not it. It's going to be magnified because what people thought was going to happen isn't going to happen. What you thought was going to happen is not going to happen. It's going to go far beyond that. It's that I'm hearing that scripture where it's like, basically like my cup runneth over, right? Ooh. Like you expect one thing and God actually gives you a lot more than what you expected. It's that type of energy, and it's because it's inevitable. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. I really want to jump, but I gotta wait till after I read this last card. The last card is Nephthys. And guess what Nephthys is, or who Nephthys is? And I talked about her earlier.
Nefertiti.
The high priestess. The high priestess card is here. And remember what I said. Whenever you get the high priestess always have to have her protector because it's twofold. She's the nurturer. She got to have somebody to protect that nurturing spirit in her because you don't want to. It's the same thing as Bast and oh gosh, um, it's been a while since I Bast and Sekhmet. Bast is the calm one, right? She's motherly, she's nurturing. But if you push her button, she turns to Sekhmet, and Sekhmet comes from for blood. That's what happens to the high priestess. The high priestess is naturally nurturing. She's naturally, uh, people are naturally gravitated to her, right? But if she is not protected, if that power within her is not protected and kept sacred and kept at peace, she goes out for blood. She's the complete opposite. She's negative, right? So, reading the card, it said Nephthys, the high priestess, intuition slash mystery. Nephthys is the hidden or veiled one who serves as a medium between worlds. She comes to us in dreams, flashes of intuition and visions, along with Isis and Nekhbit, Mother Mut. Nephthys is an aspect of the triple goddess. She relies upon spirit to direct her in all things, and she holds the mystery teachings of life, death, and rebirth deep within her essence. The mother of Anubis, Nephthys is also the true virgin or the woman unto herself in her manifestation as the high priestess. In our shamanic visionary experience, she inspires the seeker as she whispers her secrets into the wind and dance exotically under the starry sky with magnificent serpents winding around her beautiful bronze arms. Although she is less renowned than her twin sister Isis, they are seen together on the walls of the temples and at either end of every sacro, sarcophagus in ancient Egypt. I think that's how you pronounce that word. When Osiris' body was scattered throughout Egypt, it was Nephthys and Anubis who helped Isis find and gather the parts to make him whole again. When Nephthys appears, she is working with your third eye and your sense of intuition, which will guide you further into the mysteries and to that which is hidden in your subconscious mind. She helps you to see in the dark. If you drawn this card, be especially attentive or watchful for synchronicities. And I'm going to stop right there before I move forward. Because again, the other thing about when you are meeting the person that you're supposed to be with, there's going to be so many synchronicities. Why? Because again, what did I say? What did I say about the heartbeat? It's going to beat as one. And that means it's got to be in total alignment. Synchronicities is how is this thing aligned with what you have already seen?
Yeah.
Right? That's how I knew that 4 was a significant number in my life. Things would happen to me in 4 so much, it was noticeably. I was like, okay, that's my number. Like, okay, I got it. Like, what in the world? So it's like it was that prominent in my life. So that's how it's going to be. These synchronicities are going to be so synchronous, meaning it's going to align. It's going to be like, I don't know why I'm getting it like this, but this is for somebody out there who's going to watch if you're not watching now, but it's going to be like a symphony. It's like you're going to be hearing music and it's like, okay, this checks. And if you read music, if you used to play an instrument, you know what it sounds like when somebody's off key. No, this is not it. Um I'm literally seeing like a bar with notes, and it's like you know which notes go where, right? And when you play them together, they sound good. And when somebody starts to play off key, you know that this person is not the one. You know, because it's not synchronous. It's that E flat when everybody else, it's that E flat when somebody and everybody else is a sharp, right? And everybody is like what? Like where you come from?
Not the E flat.
Yeah, I don't know why I saw E flat, heard E flat, but the E flat just came out, right? All right. So then it says, what you may normally think of as a coincidence is actually the universe trying to gain your attention. I think I said that earlier. I think we said that last week when we were talking about how is the universe trying to get your attention. If you didn't watch that video, go watch that video. Pay attention to those sudden hits of inner knowing and guidance, and watch for those outer events or experiences that form synchronistic parallels to the inner messages you're receiving. When you give yourself to the magic of Nephthys, she doesn't stop at opening your mind's eye, she also opens your heart. Allow your entire being to thrive as you begin to see things in a new way. So she's not only opening your awareness, she's also opening up your intuition. She's also opening up your connection. Because when you start to see these synchronicities, excuse me, what's going to happen is that you're going to find yourself in total alignment with this person. You're going to start to notice that I don't know, I'm laughing, but I can't remember where I saw this movie from, but it's like your heartbeat is my heartbeat. It's like the same rhythm of a beat that you have, I have too. My breathing pattern is the same as yours. I blink when you blink. I move when you move. It's almost like you are a reflection of me. I'm like, this is how I'm seeing all of this. And whenever you start to see all of these synchronicities, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm getting a little stuffy. I got to change something in this room. When you start to see all these synchronicities, it's going to be hard to miss. It's going to be so hard to miss because it's like I said, the number 4 was so prominent in my life. I had to take notice. It kept coming up. I was like, okay. And then I want you, if you know numerology, I want you to tell me, what number do you see on all these cards?
It's a little blurry for me.
Okay, hold on. So what do you see right here?
Is that 2?
Yep.
Okay. 1?
Keep looking.
Wait, it cut off. Bring it up some. I can't see. 1?
No, it's the Roman numeral.
Oh, it's Roman numeral. Oh, I don't think I know Roman numeral numbers. I can't remember them at least.
Okay, that's a 2.
A 2, okay. And then is that a 20?
Yep. What does 20 reduce to?
20 reduces to 10? No.
No. In numerology, it will reduce to 2. You do 2 plus 0.
To 2. Okay, it's 2, right.
2, 2, 2. Two, two,
Wow.
two. That's why when you said your eyebrows are arched, that's why my eyebrows were arched. Because I said, oh,
That's crazy.
222. And it's the angel number that symbolizes balance, harmony, faith, and divine guidance, encouraging
Yes.
trust in your path and alignment with your life purpose. So
Mm-hmm.
again, this person, these people that come into your life are now going to be part of your life's purpose. If you're not doing
Mm-hmm.
purpose work, you're not going to find your person.
I love that. If you're not doing purposeful work, you're not going to find your person. I
Right.
love that.
Because spirit is saying now is the awakening period. You're going to know who
Mm-hmm.
you're meant to work with because you will
Mm-hmm.
have no choice but to work with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those jobs where it's not gonna be one of those jobs like, ooh, oh, I hate to go clocking in tomorrow, but I gotta do it anyway. No, it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, guess what I get to do today? Guess who I get to see and do it with today? It's gonna be like that for you. It's
Yeah.
gonna be, you're gonna be so in tune with it that you're not even gonna worry about how many hours you spent doing it
Mm-hmm.
because it's your purpose work. It's going to give you that much more meaning to work to what you do,
Mm-hmm.
right? And when you look at it, hold on. I need to read something else. So an aeon is an indefinite and very long period of time. It is a unit of time equal to 1,000,000,000 years. It is a power existing from eternity and emanation or phase of the supreme deity. So when you're talking about a new aeon, you're talking about a new eternity. Like it's already endless. It's already infinite, right? Now you're just going through the new wave of the process that you've already been on. And in this process you're going to start to see the sacred relationships that help you get to where you're going, because guess what, now you're going to be able to use your intuition never like you never have before, and it's not going to be a mystery because it's going to be so clear, because you're going to be balanced in everything that you do. Yep.
Crystal clear. I love what you said. Like if you are not moving purposefully, you are not going to find not only not your partner, but you're not going to be in your purpose. You have to be in your purpose and moving purposefully in order for you to find your divine counterpart. I love that because otherwise, whatever you're finding when you're distracted is a distraction. It is meant to distract you. So if you are finding temporary fixes just to keep the shit alive, just to have something to do, that's a distraction. That is simply exactly what it is. Something to do in the meantime, in between time. I love that.
This was at the bottom of the deck, Anubis, and it says opener of the way. Anubis is has been associated with death, but Anubis is really life.
Life.
Dying to the old so that the new life can happen. So it's
Exactly.
like it's this is confirming everything. You have to die out to old things and embrace this new thing, this change that is happening for you.
I love that. And people fear the death card. Do not fear the death card. The death card means that something has to eradicate in order for something to be born. So it doesn't mean a physical death. It could mean a trait, a lifestyle, a way of thinking, a hobby.
Yep.
An energy. It doesn't mean like you're going to die or someone's going to die in your immediate family. It just means that something has to die. Something you have to put an end to in order for something to be born, reborn. I love that.
Yep.
I love that. Was a word, bestie.
Listen.
Oh my God, that was a word. That was such a word. We have to keep that in mind in any and everything we do, that every reunion is an opportunity for us to grow, heal, and rise together. But not every reunion means that is an opportunity for us to reconnect. And what do we use in order for us to figure out why that reunion is taking place? Our intuition, our intellect, our third eye. That's why it's so important for you to meditate. If you don't know how to sort out the real from the fake, the high from the low, you're not going to know who's good for you and who to keep in your life. That's why you have to meditate. You have to spend time with yourself, because you don't know who's really for you while you're up or who's there for you because you're down. You're going to have a lot of people around you when you're down. Why? Because, you know, they feel like they can relate to you. You're down, I'm down. We're on the same level. You know what I'm saying? But once you grow and you elevate,
listen,
you're not going to see them same people down for you, because they're going to feel like, oh, you high and mighty now. Or you feel like you better than me now. You know what I'm saying? People don't realize that. They think people are around you when you up. People are really for you when you down, because they feel like you're not above them. You're not better than them. So sometimes you really know who's for you when you up. Sometimes. Yes. Not all the time, but sometimes you really know who's for you when you up.
Exactly.
I'm just saying. And also, Realist has shown his generosity to both of us. I sent him my Cash App. He couldn't get through to it, so he sent me and a love offering, but he sent it to you. Thank you so much, Realist. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I don't know what's going on with my Cash App. Maybe my Cash App is being used too much. I don't know. But
I sure will.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And thank you for being on and being our day one.
Right.
Getting out the sandbox with us. We appreciate it. But that is so of that, Steve. You preached the word today. You left no crumbs. And thank you for giving us that read that we all did not know that we needed, because honestly, we have to remember that in any and everything that we do, use our best judgment. And our best judgment, guys, that third eye, that intuition, that gut feeling, whatever you want to call it. Women call it intuition. Men may call it that gut feeling. The old folks may call it spirit. Whatever you want to call it, lean onto that. Lean into that, because that's gonna be your best friend. So, does anybody have any questions about what was just reviewed? What was that deck called? I may have to get that.
It is called,
that deck that you use.
It is called the Anubis Oracle.
Anubis Oracle. I love those cards. Very colorful.
Yes, it is. It's really
I love
good.
those cards.
I kept looking at it. I was like, I really don't need another deck, but I can't leave this without this coming with me. And I got it, and I have loved it ever since. I haven't used it as much as the others, but Spirit lets me know which oracle cards to grab.
Most definitely. And I'm a firm believer, you always need a new deck, even if you have 100 decks, because when you're doing your reading, bestie, Spirit will call you to what deck you should use, and you have to have options. So I'm a firm believer. Get as many decks as you damn well, please.
Okay.
Because as long as you got the space for
that last one that I got, I said, oh.
As long as you got the space for him, get another deck. It's kind of like shopping. Like it's always a good day to shop. Okay. And I'm a bargain shopper, so I love like thrifting. Oh my God. I'm gonna start a YouTube on thrifting, just on all the stuff that I find thrifting. I love thrifting. Why? Because My dad took me to flea markets growing up, and my mom always took me to yard sales. So it's like, it's just in my blood, it's in my DNA. So I love thrifting. But yeah, thank you for that read. And just keep in mind, and just to reiterate, we are in a retrograde. So a lot of things are going to resurface. A lot of things are going to come up so that they can come out. And you may get a lot of visits or a lot of you up texts from people, because that's the energy that a lot of people are in right now, trying to rectify things that weren't corrected in the past. Course correction for this. So it's best for you to use your best judgment in regards to that. Maybe you need to revisit something, to recalibrate, to rectify. Maybe you need to revisit so that you can revamp it. Maybe you need to revisit so you can finally let it go. Finally say, you know what, this is the retrograde that ends this visit. But you have to decide that. You have to decide that. Only you can decide that. So we will just skip the personal reading, since we had such a generous donor. Really, we will skip the personal readings tonight because you were on your ish tonight, Realist, and we appreciate you. You just give me butterflies. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate you.
Yes.
So yeah, guys. So this will conclude tonight's episode of Cards and Conversations, and just know that we do this every Tuesday night, 11:11 Eastern Standard Time, and we will upload this video so that in case you guys missed it, you can revisit it, share, like, and comment, just so we know that you guys are able to look at the video. You know, they're trying to push these self-help, enlightening videos down the scrotum hole because we are in a mass awakening. So they don't want stuff like this to get out. So let us know that you're seeing it, that you vibe with it, and that you actually like it by sharing it, commenting, or following myself or either B. And we will see you guys next Tuesday, same time, same place, Cards and Conversations, where every episode unfolds a deck of intriguing discussions. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. Peace.
Yes, peace.
Next Tuesday. Peace.
Yes, peace.